Loving God, breathe your Spirit upon us that we may receive your word afresh and anew. Take my lips and speak through them. Take our minds and think through them. And take our hearts and set them on fire. We ask in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Maybe a situation which you're familiar with. A woman who lost her husband several years ago developed a friendship with a man who also lost his spouse. And they seemed a perfect match. All their children agreed they should get married. So a date was set and invitations were sent out. The invitation read like this: Phil, Richard, Karen, Allison, John, Matt, and Steve request the honor of your presence at the marriage of their mother and father. Because they are combining two households, they already have at least two of everything. So please, no presents. Reception and garage sale immediately following. Now some people, and I'm not pointing any fingers, but some people accumulate a lot of stuff nowadays, don't they? Sometimes I wonder, what will happen to all that stuff when you die? Maybe there's going to be a giant garage sale, or I occasionally wonder if it'll end up in that, what's that ridiculous show on TV, the locker wars or storage wars, whatever it is. Yeah. But anyway, on to something more serious. We heard, when Carol read that in the gospel reading, that Jesus was teaching one day. And someone in the crowd said to him, Teacher, tell my brother to divide our father's inheritance with me. Oh yeah, see? Now there's a battle even Jesus didn't want to get into. Have you seen how people act when it comes to dividing up estates? You know, I was working as a director in a long-term care facility in the West Coast, and the Battle of the Atlantic was mild compared to some of those. Even nice people sometimes go years without speaking to their siblings because one family member got some family heirloom that someone else thought she should get when Mama's estate was divided. Sometimes these things even go to court, and such things happened to Jesus in his time as well. But that's why Jesus said, Hey man, who appointed me the judge or the arbitrator between you? And then Jesus decided to turn this family squabble into a teaching opportunity. And he said to them, watch out. Watch out. Be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist of an abundance of possessions. And then he told them the parable, and you heard. And you know, this is a really important, I mean, all the parables are important, but this one is important. And yet the sad truth is that most of us don't see ourselves in that story. In our eyes, we're not rich and we're not foolish, right? Well, maybe not rich. Actually, we have more in common with the rich fool than any of us would really like to admit. There are few of us whose lives are dominated in one way or another by the pervasive materialism of our age. Okay? I'm going to repeat that. There are few of us who live lives that are not dominated in one way or another by the pervasive materialism of our age. There's a desire for bigger houses, nicer cars, a boat, a swimming pool, a large screen TV, a camper, new furniture, designer clothes, and the list can go on ad infinitum. And you know, modern advertising is carefully designed to increase our need to acquire. We buy a certain perfume because, after all, I'm with it. And such advertising is even aimed at children. I suppose it reached its epitome a few years ago ago when Cool Shopping Barbie. And if you don't remember this particular one about that particular doll, it came with Barbie's own MasterCard and a cash register with a MasterCard logo on it. It even had a terminal through which Barbie could swipe her card. But you know, of course, MasterCard, and I'm not picking a MasterCard over Visa and American Express, has always been adept at pushing their product. Who in this room has never heard, there are some things money can't buy, but MasterCard can. And there's also, there are some things money can't buy for everything else that MasterCard can. And before that, there was this seductive lure of, I bought my sombrero in Rio de Janeiro. So worldly, so welcome. MasterCard. Because it hits us where we live. It is difficult to approach the subject of materialism without the risk that many of you will simply tune me out. Many of us are already feeling guilty about our affluence. We know, and we do know, that most of the world's peoples do not live as we do. It bothers us, and yet, like the rich young ruler, we don't want to give up what we have. The last thing we need on a Sunday morning is a moralistic tirade on the sin of affluence, right? There's another problem, too. Some of us may not be as affluent as we may appear. One man was asked, what would you do if you had all the money in the world? And he replied, I'd apply it to all my debts as far as it would go. As you know, many families are in serious financial trouble today. We are told that the average North American family operates just 3 weeks from bankruptcy. No wonder that another survey reveals that 70% of all our worries these days are about money. Climate change and environment are making a close second now. But there are some principles in the story of the rich fool, however, that are critical to our lives today. Like most of the stories that Jesus told, the emphasis here is on practical application. The rich fool had devoted his life to acquiring goods, and now it's time for him to die. What would happen to the goods? Would they go in the auction block? Would they go to his ungrateful relatives? What was the point of his life? He thought his wealth had bought security, but it could not protect him from the grim reaper. Of what use was it then? Of what ultimate benefit is wealth to us? What is its proper place in our lives? Well, in the first place, number one, we need to see that the tragic thing about this man's life was not his wealth, but his lack of commitment to anything else in his life. There was nothing in the world that he was committed to except making money. All his thoughts, all his energies, all his ambitions had to do with the accumulation of wealth. And now he had come to the place where he had all the money he would ever need. What's next? Of course, more money. And when you get to where you're going, where will you be? The tragedy of this man's life was not the abundance of his wealth, but the poverty of his values. He had counted material success as the greatest goal in his life. Hey, did you know that the word success does not appear in the Bible? But the word is so important in our society. Indeed, for many persons, it may be the most important word in their vocabulary. To be a financial success is their chief goal. Be careful that you're not saying, Well, sometime I will have time for these things, but first I have the mortgage to pay off, an orthodontist to support, college to save for. For those whose lives are dominated by wealth, who are forever putting off more important things because they're so busy seeking after financial security, you know what? Tomorrow never comes. So make certain that you know what your priorities are and decide that you will be committed to more than just simply making money. The second place. I'm not a financial advisor, probably the worst one to be talking about. But it's important for us to have a plan by which we manage our resources. I said that many of us are more in common with a rich fool than we care to admit. But our problem is not money, it's managing the money we do have. It's amazing how much money goes through our hands in a lifetime. It was a few years ago that smartmoney.com reported that the average person will spend, are you ready? $2.9 million in their lifetime if they live to be 81, and I'm getting close. $2.9 million. That's a lot of money. Of course, most of us let 2.9 slip through their fingers. For many of us, the problem is not money, the problem is management. Somebody, whoever somebody is, once said that as true money talks, money usually says goodbye. If we do not have a plan for the wise management of our financial resources, our money will continually say goodbye to us. And the question that God asked the rich man, then whose will these things be? And that indicates that the man had made no provision for the disposal of his wealth after his death. And you know, it's amazing how many people do not have a will. I don't know, maybe it's possible you don't like to face that fact. One day we're leaving behind our worldly possessions, but it's really important to have. Because it's true, you know, we can't take it with us. And Jesus knew the wisdom of good management and good planning. Because remember, some of his teachings, he said, no one builds his house upon the sand. And on another occasion, he said, no one builds a tower without first sitting down and counting the cost. Jesus wanted his followers to be wise managers of their resources. He wants you and me to have a financial plan for our lives, a budget, if you will, that we can live within. That's the second principle in the story of the rich fool. We need a plan. The third, it's obvious that the rich fool never discovered the joy of generosity, the joy of using his money to bring happiness to other people. You know, I don't know about you, but you and I will probably never have $1 million to give away. But we can learn the joy of generosity. There are worthy, often wonderful people who need our help. And we need to give. Not for their good as much as our own. And the rich fool, you know, he lived only for himself. He never learned the joy of generosity. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, number 4. And you know, my preaching professor at college told me a good sermon has 3 points. But number 4. Jesus tells us that the rich man was a fool because he neglected his responsibilities to God. Bruce Larson, in his book, Believe and Belong, tells about a very wealthy Christian businessman who was asked back to his church to speak to the Sunday school class he attended long years ago. That's the first bad news. The children were curious about this man now, who was worth millions, and asked him to tell how it all began. And he said, well, again right here in church. We had a guest preacher who said, give your life and all that you have to Jesus and he will bless you. And you know what he said? I had $3.54 in my pocket. It was all I had in the world, and I put the whole thing on the plate. I gave my life to the Lord that day, and he blessed me ever since. He closed his talk with a time for questions. And a little boy down in the front row, you knew it was coming. He put out his hand and he said, Mister, could you do that now? I'll let you think about how he answered. Are you neglecting your responsibilities to God because perhaps the dollar signs are clouding your eyes? What is the business of our life? What is the busyness of our life? It's not to be successful. It's to be faithful. It's not to amass things, but to grow closer to God's will. It's not to become rich in things. It's to love people. Love your neighbor, whoever that may be. That is our business in life. But a fool will never grasp it. Thanks be to God. Let us pray. Teacher God, our lives are filled with routine chores and unexpected demands. We rush about doing good as we are able, filling our hours with tedious tasks, endless meetings, and mountains of activity. We spend energy in ways that lead to exhaustion of body and spirit. We burn our feeble flames to ashes trying to live fully. Help us to know the calm of your presence. Lead us where there are still waters to quench our thirsty hearts and green grasses to feed our empty souls. Teach us the ways of peace. Give us quiet understanding and help us to choose your way of life. This we ask in the name of your Son, our teacher, healer,